And you as activists, local activists, you have created this party. For me, it's a given, because I'm new to here. I just jump in. But it's a hard job we have to do. We had the BGM in Toronto. I would have hoped that this BGM had a debate about what we think should be the real democracy that we want to put in front of the voters, which changes we would like to make the democracy work, the parliament work, and the representation work, and the communication with the citizens of this parliament. I would like to have seen that there was a debate about the green economy and how this green economy can provide jobs, opportunities for the new generations, and how it can solve a lot of environmental problems. That should have been on the table. It should be on the table a big debate about the green communities. Another and the third topic we would like to work on, it's on our website. What does that mean? How we make life again more connected among the citizens and the residents of this country. That should have been. And I was very surprised as a new member of the country, of the party, to have like a long list of 80 resolutions on from A to Z issues. I had to vote on and to say yes or no and so on and so on. And I had no time to follow all the debates on the internet blogs about it. I got lost. And it's something we can work on, I think, it's a responsibility for us to give ourselves better structures so we can deliver the type of messages to the voters so they understand what the role of a Green Party can be in this and the next election. Rich also asked me a third question. Now I'm a little bit lost. It was the global Greens, the things we have accomplished, or what we can learn from being elected and being in government. And the third is just the lessons ourselves, the lessons of green activism, the lessons in Belgium of my party. The biggest lesson for me is, as green politician, and we're all green politicians, we have to be very humble. Sometimes we believe in what we believe. Otherwise, we would not give all these hours which were shown up in the pledge here for the next campaign and so on. And we really want to invest. But we should not believe that we are the only ones who have the truth. I don't believe that for myself. I believe I have good ideas. I believe my party has good ideas. And we should be able to have these ideas presented on the political debate in the parliaments. But we should be humble, and we should not go think that we are the only ones. For me, what I've learned, and that's the biggest lesson for me of 30 years of green activism, our voters are for me more important than myself. Because that's the role we play. We play the role to let this democracy work and to have these good ideas play a role in this democracy. And for that, how strong I think about it, what those voters' hopes are the things we have to carry on. And that's for me the biggest lesson that I've learned in this. It's the voters who count and the possible voters to make the change happening that we have, and not the thing that I personally think is the most important in politics of today or of yesterday. I think about what the people expect and how they would like to go the shifts happen. The mothers and the fathers with young children, and who know that in Canada there's too much salt in the food that they buy in the shops. And the people who work in industries that are outdated industries and who do not know where they could find new ones, new jobs. Or pensioners who have no idea where to go and what type of economy will provide the type of revenue that there will be enough value for pensions. These are things that I think are more important than each of us as a member, and we think like, is this little thing or that little thing. Yeah. These are for me lessons. Yeah. The last lesson that I think is the fact politics is difficult, politics is hard, politics is asking a lot of effort, and opponents will, even if they are nice sometimes, they will do everything. They will attack us. We're on the brink of getting into the parliament. I'm sure they will attack us. The best medicine for us is we should make fun of it. We should enjoy campaigning. We should make it pleasant to keep going. Yeah? We should go out, and when we have worked 3 hours in the evening door knocking, we should have a drink, we should spend some time. I think you should organize with volunteers a party, a barbecue, or anything else. I'm vegetarian, but if there is a vegetarian part in the barbecue, I'm happy to come. I mean, the fun part of it is extremely important. Yeah, and so make it a joke, make some music, let's dance. There was one person a woman who said that, yeah, if I cannot dance, I will not be part of your revolution. Yeah. And I think that's a good set. So I'm happy to be here. I'm really impressed. I'm happy I joined the party. I'm happy to work. I am at this moment already for 4 or 5 weeks the chair of the National Campaign Committee of the Green Party of Canada. I'm happy to do so after being here and see what you represent here, even in my province. I'm even more proud, and I will do even more my best in the next weeks and months. So let's go for it. We will win.
Do you have any questions for Johan?
I have a question, Johan.
Yes.
When you're talking about communication and how the chocolate cigarette misstep was picked up, and at the last a meeting this summer, there was a lot of press coverage of some silly
Yes.
resolution. Most people were at the plenary and press. They seem to want to find things like that.
Mhm.
But if you're trying to guard against that, you can end up being in the other extreme, like Prime Minister Harper, where nothing gets past him without, or generally without, his word. So how do you strike a happy balance? And you just have to take your lumps sometimes. But it's sad that they didn't pick up on the most important things.
Mm-hmm.
Food security is a big issue
Mm-hmm.
here in Canada
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm. It's true, yeah. And if I was a press journalist, I would look out for this, because this sells. This is funny. This is pleasant. I mean, like does a party get a lot of attention? It's when there are troubles in the party. Yeah. Now that's the type of attention you do not want to organize yourself. Yeah. And so what I think what we have to do is to really, we have to give ourselves the structures, yeah, that allow, that organize the democratic debate, but to a result that what the voters can find out of it is appealing to them. Yeah, is the type of hopes they would like to find. Yeah, the answers or the solutions or the concrete proposals. Yeah, and they are, I think, different Green parties all over the world work a little bit different. Yeah. And we can find out issues like, for example, we took a decision to create an executive committee or an executive council. The name of it is not so important. Yeah. Why? And I defended it there. It was my first time I took the floor in the GPC as a member after arriving last year. Why? Because as a party with a headquarters, with employees, with a leader who is daily in the news, yeah, and with a group of people who prepares the next election, yeah, that would be a better campaign even than the last one. You have to give yourself governing structures who can meet every week, at least, who can take that type of decisions. And the current structures we have are not. And in a way, the type of debating, and here in Canada we speak about participatory democracy. In Europe in the 80s we were talking about basic democracy. That was like one of the 4 values that we had now, basic democracy. And we have to keep that idea of basic democracy, but we have to design it so it makes us stronger instead than make us weaker. Yeah. And for example, the example you gave of the BGM is a very good example where it makes us weaker. Yeah. And I have a lot of. The other thing what I was a little bit surprised of the meeting was that we voted, I think, 4 times about the leadership of Elizabeth. On Friday we did it, on Saturday, and on Sunday again 2 times. Yeah. I mean, as Greens, in my party, for example, and in the European Greens, we have created systems when you have resolutions who are about the same thing. If one vote is done, it's clear, all the rest is gone. That's not against participatory democracy. It's allowing your group to do an efficient job. So, but okay, we will. I think the party is going on a very good path. It's having been the treasurer of the European Green Party. In that European Green Party, we have 35 national parties. One are the parties with MPs. The others are the parties without MPs. They function totally differently in the way how they develop their message, in the way how they organize their internal communication, in the way how they prepare their elections, in the way how they choose and assist and help candidates. To my surprise, when I came here, the GPC, who has no elected officials, functions much more like a party in Europe with MPs than compared to the parties without MPs. That's thanks to you. Yeah, that's thanks to the people who built this party, I think, since 2004, when finally the party decided to have 308 candidates, going to an election of 2006, going to an election of 2008. And for me, all the people responsible for that work of those 6 years since then, yeah, they have made, and I was really surprised because I know that difference in Europe between these 2 types of groups. And so we're on a good way, I think. I am very optimistic for that.
That's it for the question.
Thanks, Johan.
So good luck, and let's go to the next